Do you ever go through a week frustrated because you are trying to solve something that feels so simple it shouldn't take a ton of time? This week I'm going to show my progress and let you in on some things I wish I knew before starting to illustrate with Midjourney. Thank you, Laura, for this comment on my last video. I will certainly show you how I would get started if I had the experience I have now, and I will link to some awesome creators that I follow to learn how to use these tools more in depth. In this video, I'll cover how it went with the experiment on changing a really quick sketch into the children's book illustration, update on where the characters are in my book, where I've gotten to, and what I think about Ideogram, and more. Let's jump in. How to get started with Midjourney. First, you need a subscription. When I joined, it used to be free, but $10 a month isn't that bad. This is the Midjourney website. From Get Started, there is this quick start guide that will help you start with your Midjourney experience. One thing to note is it uses Discord server. For people that don't know what Discord is, I think it started with gamers. It works very similarly to Slack, and you would need to have Discord in order to use Midjourney. So first thing you would notice here is there are a few different plans. The $10 a month one will give you roughly 200 images. The standard plan, you have unlimited relax mode. So that is the one that I'm doing right now. With a pro plan, the ability to hide your images from the public and more fast time. You join the Midjourney server on Discord. This is the Midjourney server, and you can see very much like Slack, you have these different channels, and you would just go into one of these newbie channels and you can start typing in right here. You can see what other people have been making and what they're doing. Click into this bottom and you do this backslash imagine, which will give you a prompt, and you can just ask it whatever you want. These images, Midjourney will give you 4 images kind of roughly in this style. These are the main things that you're able to do with the 4 images that come back. You can upscale them. Reroll is a button that will rerun the exact job that you just did. Reroll button will give you a different seed. So that's something to keep in mind when you're trying to keep something consistent. It's best practice to keep a similar seed if you want to have that similar look and feel. But a lot of this is trial and error. After you upscale your image, you'll get that image back and you'll have a different set of tools below it, and you can do a few different things. You can vary it either strong or subtle. That'll pretty much take what this layout is and apply new prompts to that similar layout. And then you have zoom out by 2x, zoom out by 1.5x, and custom zoom. What this does is it'll take this image and it'll zoom out to a little bit more so you could see a little bit more of what's around it. Similar to that, these are the panning tools. If you click the left pan tool, you will see more of the left side, the right side, and then up and down. How you would talk to the Midjourney bot is through this direct messages. So like if you're in the server and you want to go to direct messages, it's here at the top, and you can go into your bot and you can communicate with it here. And so you're directly communicating with it instead of having like a billion other people making images at the same time. Is often hard to find where your image went. Here with this Midjourney bot, you can do a few different things. If you wanted to see the seed of this image, you would go into reactions, click on the envelope, and then Midjourney will come back with the job ID as well as the seed. So the seed is what Midjourney uses to have the generativeness. You can use the same seed to get a similar look and feel. If you want to see how much fast GPU you have left for the month, you can click info. It'll tell you exactly how much time you have left. With the middle tier and above, you get unlimited relaxed usage. I like to use relaxed usage if I don't really care how long it takes to reload. The relax mode sometimes is just as fast, so you may as well use relax mode. That's something I wish I knew right when I started. Another thing that you can do here or in channels is see your settings. It's another group of tools that you have access to. One of the things that I like to have on is this remix mode. So instead of sending the same prompt over and over and over, with remix mode on, and this green light means that it's on, you're able to remix the prompt. If I turn it off and then I click on one of these variation modes, it'll just start the variation mode right away. If I click remix mode, what that'll do is it will let you reprompt it. So this remix prompt comes up. You get the exact prompt that you asked for before, but then you can type in something else, and then it will remix with that particular image plus the new prompts. So that is something that is super powerful. Something that I wish I learned way a long time ago is creating your own Discord server for Midjourney. So everything kind of is more organized. For a long time, I was using just this direct message mode, which is great because it gives you a little bit of an easier way to see your stuff versus everybody else's, but it's still just one feed. For example, for me, I'm doing a children's book. I can create the characters and character sheets in a specific channel, and it's all only that. And then I can create different channels for the backgrounds and the scenes that I'm trying to create. How do you create your own Discord server for Midjourney? You have this toolbar here, and it's all free. Midjourney is paid, Discord is free. But let's just go through it. So I would click add a server, create my own for me and my friend, and then create. And you can create as many as you want. How you would invite Midjourney into this new server is you would go into direct message, look at the profile of Midjourney bot, and then it has this button to add to server. You select the server you want to add it to, click continue, authorize, tell it you're a human, and now it's on your server. So when you go over here, you can now, it says welcome Midjourney bot, and you now have access to everything in Midjourney. So if you wanted your info, you can get your info. You want your settings, you could get your settings. Midjourney is now in your new server. Let's go back to this one that I created. You can create these characters individually, and you don't have to worry about trying to find something, or it's easier. It's still pretty hard to find things because it's still pretty long feeds. I'm gonna tell you a story about Post-it notes. I am somebody that has had to draw Post-it notes so many times. So when I went to Midjourney and I tried to ask it to draw Post-it notes, I did not think it was going to be that difficult to do. What I got was interesting, but I'm not sure it knows what a Post-it note is. And I tried this over and over, sometimes getting closer and closer. Like this one here is not too bad. It's kind of got a lady looking at a bunch of squares overlapping look and feel, but like, what is that? I don't know. It really doesn't have anything to do with Post-it notes. This definitely have some like serial killer vibes to it. This went on for days. I was having really just a very difficult time getting this lady to look at Post-its. This is where I got to the describe function. So if you're looking, it's /describe, and then you can upload an image of your choice and ask Midjourney to describe it. What you get, and now I wish that I did this like a long time ago, is basically finding an image of someone clustering Post-its on a wall. This is one that I got from Google search, and asking Midjourney how they would describe this photo. And it gives me this. This is what it says. A person standing on sticky notes in front of a board with sticky notes in the style of intertwining materials, yada, yada, yada. The point being is if I didn't put this describe visual into Midjourney, I would not have known that Midjourney likes to call them sticky notes. But that was eye-opening to see how it would describe it. And you can see in each of these correspond to a different emoji, 1, 2, 3, and 4, and you can ask Midjourney to make it. That's another thing I wish I knew. If you put in an aspect ratio, you're going to get some really cool layouts, but you're also going to take longer to get that image back. So without an aspect ratio, it'll come back square and it will be faster. So, and then I click submit. It'll help you understand how Midjourney thinks. And so this is from number 4, and you can see it clearly has much more of what I'm trying to get to. It's definitely got a more Post-it note feel. So next, I want to talk about my sketch to illustration experience. This is only a few days ago. I tried this experiment where I illustrated some things really quickly on my iPad and seen how rough of a sketch I could create in order to make that into something Midjourney could understand and translate into something better or something more in the style I'm looking for. I tried this little sketch with my magenta character rolling down a hill with some treehouse structures and maybe some futuristic buildings and the sun, and uploaded it to Midjourney. You open it, copy image address, and then you can now do imagine, add the image, and then tell it what you want. I selected that same image, and this is what it came out with, which is interesting. I feel like it's trying to retain some of the look and feel of what I was going for. What I wish I knew then that I do now, you can upscale one of these and then run it through again and add more prompts as you go along. You can see another version of it. It's definitely getting a lot of action and a lot of the whimsy that I'm looking for. It's got the sloping line, and it's trying to put in the style that I asked it for. This is pretty cute up here, I think. The futuristic treehouse city is pretty cool. It's pretty creative. I really question whether or not Midjourney knows the difference between roller skates and a skateboard, because I got so many more skateboardy looking things. Maybe there's more references. I will say I tried this for several hours before I got really, really frustrated and I had been watching all these different YouTube videos on how awesome Ideogram was. So I thought maybe Ideogram will give me roller skates in a tech office in ways that Midjourney hasn't been able to do. I know that's not what any of the videos have been saying Ideogram is good for. They've been saying it's good for text. I know they didn't say it was for roller skates. Ideogram, as you can see, is another AI tool that seems to do a really good job on typography. Now, I came here more out of desperation, and I tried a few attempts. That's not bad. It does look like a stylized roller skate. It definitely looks like a little baby hand is coming out of this person's chest, but it is an Asian roller skating design executive into tech office, so that's actually not that bad. Here is another kind of skate with a tech office. Even the wheels on the chair are really weird, but that's an interesting stylized person. Here's another one. I think maybe I just have to wait a few months and it'll be able to make roller skates. I think we should try Ideogram on something that it's really good at. I'm very hopeful. I definitely see neon sign, and I see a credenza showing up. No wonder people really like these. Let's look at them. Which one do you like? That one's the least good. It definitely looks like neon. Awesome. So it is definitely good at doing what everybody is saying it's good at, which is typography. Where am I at on this character building journey? I have gotten these awesome character sheets that I think will work pretty well for my character in the book. Like, even if I have to plop her in with Photoshop. So that's where I'm at with the consistency of character. I really like this girl, although, still early days. I'm still trying to get the book laid out. This is where I'm at with the book. I have put in some illustrations of where I think it can go. I've gotten to parts of the story, having a great time. If you found this helpful, smash that like button and comment on what you'd like to see next. If you'd like to continue seeing my journey towards making a children's illustrated book, or if you enjoy tech gadget reviews or tips on how to use AI to accelerate your process, then subscribe. Next time, I'm going to show you a new extension called Prompt a Lot. It's from an awesome creator that I follow that is just a Midjourney guru. And then adding face swap, or inside face, to Midjourney. So check out how all of this got started, Cocoy, and all my other content. Until next time, bye.